our videos that are on their page get the most views. So I get why they're coming after us, getting it back for them. And I deny this because it didn't happen. And it was 2026. Anyone can fabricate a conversation between two people.
No, yeah.
Right. This is effortless to do.
Now, you guys who have been watching me for years, you guys know I do all this work like a crazy man scientist myself, not just the videos, the filming, the production, right? But the background research. I go to crazy levels to make sure that things are real before I open my mouth. I mean, listen, I talk to police, I talk to lawyers, I talk to ex-sharmutas, which sometimes has a good benefit. I go through all the levels possible to make sure shit is real. I run it by lawyers. Listen, anything that I've ever put out on this channel, if I make a statement, I've always backed it up with receipts, right? You guys have seen it all. I don't fuck around. And listen, in the end, okay, I'm not here to hurt people, but I also feel that people deserve the truth in all these situations. We live in a world of all bullshit. So I go to no end to give people that truth. Now, saying that, I got my reputation to protect, and
This video was created with AI, and you can do it too, without pricey subscriptions, camera gear, or complicated software. In just 2 days, we'll show you how to unlock the most advanced AI filmmaking and content creation tools without having to pay a cent in overpriced subscriptions. With these tools, you'll learn how to create scroll-stopping videos that rack up millions of views, craft wildly profitable online ads that blow up your brand, and turn any creative idea into a powerful short film that looks like it belongs on the big screen. But it's not just AI filmmaking that you're going to learn. With AI, you can create any image or graphic that you can imagine. You can create full-blown viral YouTube thumbnails in seconds. Your website, emails, infographics, your entire business can be built with AI. People are using AI to fill up their content calendar in seconds. AI can come up with countless viral ideas. It can script and storyboard your content, all while keeping your unique creative voice. All you need is the right tools and how to use them. And the good news for you is the AI Creator course will teach you all of this and more. It costs less than a dinner date with your grandma, but like so many of our students tell us, it will blow your mind. Now, before I show you exactly what you'll learn in this course, I want to ease your mind with a few important details. Number one, this course is designed to help you avoid paying expensive subscriptions for AI tools. We show you the secret ways to access most tools without signing up for monthly or yearly plans. Off the bat, this is going to save you a ton of money. Number two, this course is perfect for complete AI beginners and seasoned AI vets. We have a beginner's crash course that gets you up to speed super fast. And then we have advanced sections that leave the pros who use AI every day completely speechless. Number three, this is the only AI course that receives weekly content updates to ensure that you are staying on top of the rapidly changing AI technology. Many of our students say that this is their favorite aspect of the entire program. And finally, number four, this course has a no questions asked refund policy. The only reason we've been able to enroll over 200,000 students at contentcreator.com is because our number one focus is helping people. And if you don't feel like we've helped you, then you can get your money back. No questions asked. All right, let me walk you through everything that you're going to learn in the program. First, we have AI filmmaking. With AI, you can practically create any visual that you can imagine. The challenge most people face is the ocean of AI tools to choose from. One tool might be great for animating characters, another for video effects, and one is great for character audio. This course cuts through the noise and shows you exactly which tools you should be using for different types of video content. And remember, we're always keeping this updated. You'll learn how to create visual effects that will blow people away, which are perfect for viral videos, ad hooks, and
Larry calling me a liar. I didn't want to have to, but now I gotta embarrass the shit out of you again, you asshole. Because like we saw this week, all the streamers, all the YouTubers, all the Instagram people, right? They're all reacting to this shit like it's a horror show. You know what it reminded me of? You guys remember the two girls in a cup? When YouTube first came out, everyone was reacting to it. That's what this shit reminded me of. And everyone was giving their reaction. And even his online enemy here, look how shocked he was to find out Larry was a cuck. Put some clothes on. I got on my knees and kissed your feet after you had from other guy.
No.
Masty is feeling very grateful. She says, is Masty going to watch the videos of me being a... Yes, I'm watching now. I couldn't wait.
Oh, no. What the? Wait, what the? Huh.
Now this one, are you ready for this? She says, I've had 2 Ds already. He says, have you actually? Wow, babe, that's so hot.
I'm laughing at John Bravo reading this, bro.
They both feel coming home. Okay. Is Masty gonna fill Dobby? Yes, Masty's gonna fall inside Dobby's. Did Dobby shower or anything since?
Oh no!
I was in the shower, but I didn't clean myself. She says, "Okay, perfect."
Oh, bro! What do you mean? Did Dobby shower since pie? So you want to sleep with this girl when she's got other man's? That's Diddy-esque. That's Diddy-esque.
Now going back to that message, I'm going to tell you the story behind it, Larry. This shit is your fault. I'm saying this, okay? And I'm making this rated G for YouTube, so you guys got to follow along and listen to the way I describe things, all right? Well, the girl, remember in that message, she comes home with a couple of apple pies, right? And Larry's sitting there. He gets down on his knees. He's begging like a simp bitch, right? He wants to see what happened with the apple pie. He lays her down. He starts going downtown, enjoying everything. And all he wanted was to taste the apple pies from the other guys because he wanted to taste what they were cooking.
No, sir.
What kind of sick shit is that? All while he's taking care of his own things. I never heard of some sick shit like that. And me telling this story, Larry, it's your fault. So don't blame me for it. Now I'm going to show everybody the evidence, okay? And show you all how this shit is real. The phone of all these WhatsApp messages, which I only showed you guys a portion because I don't want to see it, right? Well, I have access to that phone. And if you look here on the screen, this is the phone itself with all the messages in WhatsApp, which can't be fake, which can't be AI, right? And if you look at the number, the 917 number on top, that's Larry's number. He changed his number recently, but you know how I know that's his number? I reached out to my lawyer and he reached out to his old manager of 10 years, Adam Silver, and he confirmed that that's Larry's phone number. And Larry, that lawyer, right?
No.
That's the same lawyer that's suing the shit out of you. So he sees all the shit I have. So call me again, liar, you asshole. So now we have the phone, the messages in WhatsApp, the number traced back to Larry, right? How is this fabricated and how is this a lie? So I think we know this shit is the truth. And this is the thing, okay? And I've been saying this for a while. In the
Hold on, guys. This is great. This is great. Okay, you know what I'm going to share? You know what? Let's finish watching this. This shit's too funny.
end, Larry, do you think people really care? Like you said, what goes on in the bedroom? I mean, we don't care if you stick a pipe up your ass and that's what excites you, right?
And I mean, I need to put out there, like, whether this is true or not, why are people so concerned with what gets my dick hard?
When you're going around and hurting people and lying to people and stealing from people, yeah, it's going to affect your reputation and people are going to care. Because like I always say, I've said this how many times in these videos, right? The truth, no matter how bad it is, no matter what crazy shit you're doing, right? It's never as bad as a lie. And now, Larry, I know you're a simp. I know you're a cuck. But it's time to man up and tell people the truth, because listen, the more you lie, the more your reputation is fucked up, you asshole. Wait, one last thing before we go. I gotta tell you one last quick story. Remember his enemy who couldn't believe his eyes when he was reacting to my video what Larry was doing being a cuck?
Oh, hell nah. Nah.
Well, you know what happened after? Everyone trolled the hell out of Larry's stream. Now this one.
Who the fuck is Dobby, mate?
Then the enemy FaceTimed Larry to call him a Dobby himself.
Hey, Larry, I want to be your Dobby.
So bad.
Larry, I want to be your Dobby.
What's up?
I want to be your Dobby. I want to collab. I want to give you my
You want to
new
be my
socks.
Dobby?
Wait, you guys have beef?
No,
Dobby, what is that supposed to mean?
no, I want to collab. I want to be your Dobby. I've thought of it. We don't need to fight. I'll be your
Fix
Dobby.
your hairline, you ugly ass.
Oh, all right. Hey, calm your woman down. Calm your woman down.
Fix your hairline, you.
I'll fix your fake. Shut up, bitch.
Okay, all right, bro. All right, I'll see. All right, bro.
See you later.
I didn't know you guys had beef.
He's making beef because he has no clout, so he's trying to get some clout off of Larry.
Oh my god. I'm sorry. My bad. I didn't know. My bad. Okay.
It's all good. I'll get you back later for that one.
Yeah, I need to mic that close. Hello.
And chat, like we're not gonna be surprised if there's more videos about us from Greg, John, and others as they see us grow and explode on the internet because of
Excuses, dog. You know what I mean? I'm fucking up some new shit. And we're gonna put it up in a frame. Word. So now we're gonna add TikTok, Got my phone up in this bit. Nah, you know what? Fuck that. Nah, hold on. Where's the tab at? What y'all doing this morning? Not shit. That's good. You know what, dude? I'm gonna share my. I'm gonna add my phone. A lot easier for me. And you guys too. So let me add my phone here to this shit. Okay, here we go. Video cypher for real. Let's get it. We need to go to YouTube though. Let's get it. Hold on, that mic too loud, dog. Hold on, 1 2 1 2 1 2. Yo. Can you hear me? Yo, yeah. That's perfect right there, G. All right, let's connect the phone here. Let's see what we got.
I recently got my full blood work done in Thailand for cheap, but my fiance didn't, so I'm very jealous. So I got my superpower membership. This membership includes one.
Trapmore gang, the violence is unfortunately continuing in Mexico after the assassination of cartel leader El Mencho. The streets are still burning in Mexico. There's reports now that as many as 60 plus people have actually lost their lives fighting with the cartels since El Mencho's death. And this video, I'm going to tell you a little bit of the backstory about how he actually ended up getting caught up. And they're saying that he might have gotten backdoored by a female. He might have actually ended up getting set up because a romantic partner, let's just say that. I don't want to say anything disrespectful about the cartels, but it's very, very sad. It's very interesting to see that, you know, these cartel leaders, they're going through the same thing we hear about with these Chicago gangsters. People getting backdoored, set up, a meeting with a female, ends up dropping your location, and unfortunately that can lead to your death, whether it's in the streets of Chicago, whether it's in the heights of the cartel business in Mexico. So I'm going to break that all down to you in this video. But firstly, I want to just play you some of the news about the escalating death toll with this violence that's followed El Mencho's assassination, because as we're seeing here, just a day ago, the BBC were reporting over 62 people had actually died in the fallout that occurred after the assassination. Check this out.
Authorities in Mexico say at least 62 people have been killed following a wave of violence that broke out after the killing of the country's most wanted man. El Mencho, the leader of the New Jalisco New Generation cartel, died after being captured by Mexican special forces on Sunday. Thousands of troops have now been deployed to help bolster security across the country following a wave of reprisal attacks. The government has ordered civilians to stay indoors as violent unrest spread to popular tourist destinations such as Puerto Vallarta and Guadalajara. Our Central America correspondent will sent this report.
Hold up. There you go. There you go. So y'all can watch it on your own.
From the city of Guadalajara, which in 4 months is set to host the Football World Cup.
The aftermath of drug cartel fury. In the hours after their leader was killed, foot soldiers of the Jalisco New Generation cartel, the most powerful drug gang in Mexico, went on the rampage, burning cars, blocking roads, spreading fear. Incidents were registered in 20 of Mexico's 32 states, the cartel present in every corner of the country. And this is the man whose killing prompted such violence. Nemesio Oseguera, better known as El Mencho, the petty drug dealer who rose to become the most wanted man in Mexico with a $15 million reward on his head. For Mexico's president, Claudia Sheinbaum, the victory lap over El Mencho was tempered by the violence unfolding on the streets, but she insisted normality was returning.
Today there is more calm and there is government, there are armed forces, there is a security cabinet, and there is a lot of coordination. So you can rest assured that peace, security, and normality in the country are being safeguarded.
So look, they're trying to get a handle of the situation. The BBC were reporting yesterday that over 62 people have died. However, there are unofficial sources, especially on Reddit, that are basically saying the death toll could be much, much higher, and things have really just remained out of control. You know, this is an update on Reddit r/Mexico. And basically here, we're going to join r/Mexico. It says Mexico drug cartel war update, 75 dead, 70 arrested, 35 army members and 25 cartel members are dead. Now, is that mathing? I think it might not be, but maybe it is. But basically, it says here, according to the latest date from Tuesday, February the 24th, 2026, 75 dead, 70 arrested, 35, that'd be the arrests. 35 members of the army and 25 members of the cartel, probably some innocent people in there too. And, you know, we were hearing it could have been as many as 100 people that had lost their lives in this. As of today, the situation in Puerto Vallarta has calmed significantly after Sunday's retaliatory violence following El Mencho's death. Roadblocks are mostly cleared, restaurants opening, and no tourist deaths have been reported now. That if the tourists start dying, Mexico's going to have been a terminal decline. Okay, I'm not saying that it's okay that anybody's lost their lives, but if the Mexican president's worried about one thing, it's about tourists losing their lives in this just crazy situation. This PVR airport is open, flights have resumed, many airlines operating today, some with modified schedules. Check your airline directly. The US Embassy is still urging shelter in place in Puerto Vallarta and Jalisco. Minimize movement and monitor local authorities. Okay, now the comments are in Spanish, so I can't read those. But basically, we've had new updates from Mexico's Secretary of Defense, and he's basically shared more details about the actual takedown itself that involved El Mencho's romantic partner, the backdooring from a female, and there's quite a lot to this. So I'm gonna react to this long video, and I'm gonna kind of break it down and give you some more context as we go. But this is crazy how it all went down.
Well, regarding the operation that was carried out yesterday, by way of background, I can tell you that Ruben N., also known as El Mencho, head of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, began his involvement in drug trafficking in the 1990s in Michoacán as a member of the Valencia Group or the Millennium Cartel. Since that time, he has already started to be considered a significant target. Subsequently, in May 2016, the United States added him to its list of most wanted fugitives, and he was wanted by a court in the Western District of Texas.
So bear in mind, right, this guy really rose up the ranks from the cartel from, you know, as they said in that BBC report, a petty drug dealer to becoming literally the head of one of the most powerful and feared, if not the most feared, cartel in the whole country. We've talked previously about how the Sinaloa cartel maybe was a little bit more about their business, and El Mencho's crew were, I mean, I spoke about it in a previous video, they were engaging in acts of cannibalism, they were completely militarized, they
were eating their ops, bro. That's how fucking demonic and crazy these fools are. They eat their ops, dude. Their opposition. They eat their opposition. Okay. That's fucking insane.
Most fearsome group in the country. And the fact that he came from nothing, from humble beginnings to the very top, is impressive. But as he said, you know, he was getting warrants issued for him in Texas. They were moving drugs through America. He was on the radar of the Americans. And unfortunately, that's when you really are running out of time. When the Americans lock in on you, there's not really too much to be said after that. It's really a matter of when, not if.
In August 2018, the Attorney General's office offered a reward.
Well, these fools are shitting out their enemies, my G. Oh my God, bro. This is crazy. This is just nuts, fool.
Of 30 million pesos for information leading to the capture of El Mencho. In December 2024, the United States government offered $15 million for him.
Hey, yo, big shout out to Christy, dog. My girl Christy out there on the north side. Big shout out to Christy, you know what I'm saying? Big love to her. Shout out to the north side. Shout out to my boy Roy. Shout out to all the, you know what I mean, all the OGs on all sides. I know y'all know me. Shout out to y'all. I love y'all, man. Shout out to Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona. We're putting it on the map. Guess what? Give me 10 years and I'm going to blow up. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to have all these little kids doing what I do, son.
Information leading to the capture of this individual.
Wake up, you pray on your knees. I didn't even do that. I got to go. Be right back.
With Central Military Intelligence and additional information from the institutions of the Security Cabinet, as well as from United States institutions, the Secretariat of National Defense tracked El Mencho's network of connections until the conditions were right to plan an operation for his arrest.
EnergyX is making really good progress towards building large commercial plants that will do lots of revenues.
We are early investors, so take that for what it's worth. But we're really happy so far with the company and the way it's going. And this is just more great news for us.
We actually recently opened a new round of investing, and interested investors can buy shares for $11 per share right now.
It's great that it's not just for accredited investors, that basically EnergyX is not only letting the big guys invest, but also letting us the little guys invest. So make sure to go check that out.
I was born here in Arizona. I was raised in upstate New York, in a small town. Once I hit 18 years old, I joined the Army. I wanted to be of service. I did some time in Afghanistan. When I got out of the military, I became a chef because I wanted to stay in the service world and wanted to be the next Gordon Ramsay. When stuff broke down inside the restaurants is whenever you would get service technicians that would come. These service technicians would sometimes show up in their personal vehicles. I'm 10 years into being a cook, being a chef, you know, and I should be driving a decent car. These guys are driving
Sorry, guys.
trucks,
I had to get
nice
my prayer.
cars.
You know,
they're bragging about.
It was a quick little prayer. I had to skip this thing.
As you all know very well, the intelligence process is very complicated and requires a lot of time. It requires gathering a great deal of information, many data points, and numerous clues from various sources, both national and international. Mexico has agreements even with other countries and organizations such as Interpol and Europol, among others. We, as the armed forces, have greatly strengthened our relationship with the United States Northern Command, and that exchange of information.
En México, güey, qué culero eran estos vatos, güey. Neta, se estaban comiendo, güey, a los que mataban, güey. O sea, que estaban cagando a sus enemigos estos vatos, güey. La madre, güey, no mames, güey. Pinche vato loco,
Is extremely important. On February 20th, through Central Military Intelligence Operations, a trusted associate of one of Mencho's romantic partners was located, who transported her to a facility in the town of Tapalpa, Jalisco.
So
it's always a
basically
female,
they
man.
located a trusted confidant of El Mencho's, and it was connected to the partner. I want to play that again, right? A trusted one of his basically a trusted associates of one of his romantic partners was connected to him. Now,
somebody
once they get your location, once the Americans get onto you, doesn't matter whether it's a woman, but it just goes to show you how human these guys are. Yeah, he's the biggest, baddest cartel leader in the world. They're engaging in acts of cannibalism. They're a fully militarized force that are shooting down Mexican military helicopters. I'm not trying to disrespect the guy's got a nut, you know, the guy's got to have his romantic partners. And unfortunately, these interpersonal relationships, like any normal person would have, you know, it doesn't matter if you're a cartel leader or the average person. You got your needs, you got your interpersonal relationships, and this unfortunately was his undoing.
Operations, a trusted associate of one of Mencho's romantic partners was located, who transported her to a facility in the town of Tapalpa, Jalisco.
You got pretty good English.
At that location, this romantic partner met with Mencho, and on February 21st, she left the property and information was obtained that Mencho, he remained at that location.
Yeah, they don't get scared of him too. They talk about him like he's the boogeyman, dog. There's a lot of business that they were. Let me turn this down a little bit. A lot of business that they were doing over here in Arizona, and that's where I live. There was a lot of business they were doing here.
He went to visit him at a property on the 21st of February. She left the property, and then information was basically obtained. They didn't necessarily say it was gotten directly from her, but they didn't deny that either. But they're basically saying that her being there and going to the property, she was flown out. Listen, the leaders of cartel flying chicks out just like anyone else. They found out where he was because she had been there. She left the property. The authorities knew that he was still there. And as you're going to hear, they got busy and they went and did what they had to do, but
yeah, they were eating their enemies.
You know, it's kind of humbling to realize that, you know, it's something this simple as him meeting up with a.
It ain't bad enough to kill them. You got to eat them too, dog. And then you got to go out there and poop them and then think about them motherfuckers. You got to be like, God damn, that was Andre right there, or Andres. Oh shit, man, I just shit out Carlos, nigga. God damn, bro, my stomach's killing me, bro. I gotta go shit out fucking Carlos, fool. That's fucking crazy, bro. Carlos gave me a gut. Carlos gave me a stomach ache. That's crazy, bro.
They said romantic partner. We don't know if it's his wife, girlfriend. I don't know what they got. I don't know what El Metro had going on. Okay, they were engaging in acts of cannibalism.
I'm probably the only Mexican that's streaming right now, so it's okay. I'm not worried about it. My dog's just popped up.
He could have had all sorts of crazy shit going on, but that was his undoing. It's crazy.
He remained at that location. He stayed there.
Fucking girls out there thinking I don't have thinking I'm single. Boy, I get breakfast made for me every morning. So.
The security circle. On the same February 21st, the operation planning was carried out.
Girl, please.
It is doctrinal. It is an axiom of military operations that are conducted. For those carried out by the armed forces around the world, the one who executes the operation must be the one to plan it. In this case, it was the Special Forces personnel and the immediate reaction.
Yeah. They say that this microphone gives you a license to talk shit. I don't know. I don't believe it, but I talk shit all the time.
Special Force personnel of the National Guard who planned the operation.
Bro, we're eating their ops. That's crazy. I can't get over here, dog. What's up, puppy?
Hey, your pillow doesn't do that. You might need a new pillow. Let's check this bad boy out, huh? This is Nuzzle, and Nuzzle is Nuzzle's comfy. That's great. So as a chiropractor, number one things that patients ask me probably is about neck pain. You can imagine. And the problem is this: pillows nowadays, they kind of try and act like a one-size-fits-all solution, which it's really a one-size-fits-nobody solution. Everybody is a little bit different. Every body is a little bit different. And you can imagine more petite people, larger people, they're not going to get the same, support for their alignment, for their muscles, for their sleep, even different positions. They're not going to get the same support from your average pillow. That's why.
Did you guys get that? Good.
Now it's interesting, right? Because he's basically saying, look, if the authority that is actually going to go and carry out this operation, is actually going to go in there and do it, they have to plan it. I think what he's actually saying there, reading between the lines, he's kind of taken a bit of the heat off the Americans, because I know there was a lot of anger there saying, oh, we're going to take American hostages because the Americans played a role in this. Now, we're going to touch on it in a little bit more detail in a minute, but there's a lot of rumors that exactly what the Americans did to aid this. But clearly, this wasn't an American operation. This wasn't a U.S. forces operation. Maybe there was some support, some intelligence that was shared. But in reality, this clearly, the Mexicans did this. They're not trying to they're not trying to say we did this with the Americans. They're not trying to put the heat on the Americans. Maybe they're trying to cover up for the Americans and say, look, we don't want these American tourists getting kidnapped. But they're making it very clear. In the Mexican National Guard, we planned this, put this together, we took our action. It's on us.
That same day, an operational force was organized, made up of 3 components: a ground unit, which consisted of personnel from the Joint Special Force, Army Special Forces, and the Immediate Reaction Special Force of the National Guard, as I mentioned. There was also an airmobile force made up of 6 helicopters and Special Forces personnel. This force would head to the area of operations in order to maintain secrecy, and with this, achieve surprise, take the initiative, and achieve surprise. They did not arrive in Jalisco. This force was under orders, on alert, in certain locations in states neighboring Jalisco.
Cool, so they killed them and they used to eat their ops. That's about all you need to know about those crazy motherfuckers. And yeah, these are locals, fool, but they get down, I ain't gonna disrespect the cartel. You ain't gonna catch me disrespect. Fuck that. Let's see. I don't know, man, but I get fired up listening to shit like this, bro. You know what I mean? Shit like this right here. I don't know about y'all.
There are 3 types of competitors in this world. Those who show up, but only do what's required. Those who train to win, pushing themselves, but only enough to stand out among their peers. And then there are those who train to dominate. They don't just show up. They don't just train to win. They train so hard, so relentlessly, that victory is not a possibility. It's a guarantee, a law of nature. They have already won before the battle even begins. But what separates these warriors from the rest? What makes them different? One thing, mindset. Because the truth is, talent is overrated. Motivation is unreliable. But discipline, that's the foundation of champions. Every morning, you wake up with 2 choices. Give in to your excuses, or become the master of your mind. The weak listen to their doubts, their fears, their fatigue. The strong, they hear the same voices, but they don't listen. Because they know something that most people don't. Greatness is built in the dark.
Solo toma 9 meses. 9 meses, and you can uplift your family. Solo toma 9 meses to have the skills you need to start a career in healthcare. At Pima Medical Institute, you'll get hands-on training and the support you need for a successful career as a medical assistant, dental assistant, veterinary assistant, and more. Pima Medical Institute. Get started today at pmi.edu. 9 meses can make a lifelong difference.
Of course, that shit pops up after I leave.
Let's be real. Getting over someone that you saw forever with, now that is a breakup that hits different. There was a time when I was stuck in a cycle of overthinking, romanticizing the past, and convincing myself that I had missed my one shot at love. I thought I was done. Don't get me wrong. I always knew that I would get over the relationship.
Not when the cameras are on, not when the crowd is cheering, but when
your supporters aren't going to come from people you know, bro. Your supporters are going to come from people that don't know you. So don't expect people that know you to come support you, bro. That shit ain't never going to happen. you're gonna get strangers that are gonna support you, and they're gonna be your biggest supporters. So don't worry about it.
No one is watching. That's when champions are made. Everyone wants to win, but the real question is, how badly do you want it? Because winning has a price. Pain, sacrifice, obsession. Every champion has suffered more than their competition. They push past their limits, broken through their pain, and silenced the voice that tells them to stop. They don't just compete. They don't just train. They suffer on purpose. Because they know that suffering is the path to mastery. Ask yourself this right now. What do you want? Not what society wants, not what your friends want. What do you want? Because if your answer is to be the best, to dominate, then understand this. You will have to give up comfort. You will have to give up excuses. You will have to sacrifice everything that makes you weak. The world will test you. It will break you, humiliate you, and push you to the edge. Good. Because that's exactly how warriors are made. Master the winner's mindset. Think like a warrior. The difference between the great and the average is simple. When the great ones feel pain, they keep going. When the weak ones feel pain, they quit. And that's why the great ones never lose. Because even when they fail, they don't stop. They rise. Again and again and again. Until winning is inevitable. Winning doesn't start in the arena. It doesn't start on the field. It starts in the mind. The weak wait for motivation. The strong create discipline. A warrior doesn't wake up and hope he feels like training. He wakes up and trains anyway. Because champions don't ask, do I feel ready? They tell themselves, I will make myself ready. That's the difference. Winners don't rise to the occasion. They fall to the level of their training. Everybody wants to be great, but not everybody is willing to suffer for it. The truth is...
Hold on 1 second, guys. I'm gonna actually share the link so that actually get people in here and fucking chill. And there we go. And we're gonna talk about our match, so that people can know what's really cracking. Right? So let's actually do that. Let's go to a men's show. Let's get off Facebook over here.
Greatness has a price. It demands sacrifice. It demands obsession. It demands discipline. And the weak, they're not willing to pay. They want
some folks in here first, and then keep on going. Let's go.
Success, but they also want comfort. They want victory, but they don't want the pain. So when it gets hard, they fold. They break. But the great ones, they welcome the pain. They know the suffering today builds the champion of tomorrow, because success isn't given, it's earned. There's a moment when everybody else quits, when the legs burn, when the lungs scream, when the mind says, you've done enough. And right there, that's the moment that separates the best from the rest. The weak stop. The strong keep going.
Let's see something real quick, guys. So, I need to go to Kalshi. See if I won last night. Probably didn't, but whatever. Let's just see. Bro. So these people haven't fucking played yet, dog. Are they playing today or what? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Google Blanchet. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. Market Jaw. Ooh, I like this one right here, dog. Sierra Hughes is nice. Wow. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna leave y'all with something to watch, bro. Alright. Let's continue to watch what we're watching. This is good motivation for you guys, you know what I mean? Don't pay attention to that. That's not what I want you to pay attention to. I wanted you to pay attention to. Damn, YouTube, not my bets, damn it.
Just say no.
Okay, here we go. This will keep y'all going for a minute, and then we'll come back and cover our men show. All right.
That's where growth happens. That's where the body breaks, so it can rebuild stronger. That's where the mind cracks, so it can be reforged in steel. That's where champions are made. So when you feel like stopping, that's when you go even harder. Some people train to compete. Some people train to win. But the elite, they train to dominate. They don't just prepare to be the best in the room. They prepare to be so far ahead that losing isn't even an option. Because their work is undeniable. Their grind is relentless. Their focus is unshakable. So by the time they step into the arena, the result is already decided. They don't hope to win. They've already won. Before the battle even begins, because a warrior's mindset is built long before the fight. At the end of the day, it's not about talent. It's not about luck. It's about what you're willing to do. Every single morning, you make a choice. Be average or be elite. Stay comfortable or push past the pain. Stay the same or transform into something greater. The question isn't, can you do it? The question is, will you? Because there are 1,000 excuses.
All right, I'm back. I know. There's too many viewers. I know. Fuck out of here. I'm not a quitter, dog. I've never been a quitter. I'm not gonna quit today. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's find out man show though, because I want you to get caught up on what's going on in Mexico. I want everybody to get caught up on what's going on in Mexico. Okay. So let's go and get a good video from YouTube. Okay, El Macho. We'll get a good. I'm gonna do this for the people in Mexico, dog. I ain't got no fans here anyway, so let's see. I want y'all to hear his leaked phone call too. It's fucking crazy, bro.
Confidently while SSDI with all self-employment.
It was fucking insane, bro. The way he talked to the police and shit. Like he called the police
and services. We can help you participate and find a job that's right for you.
Delta 1. Hey, ¿quién habla? Mira bien, hijo de tu puta madre. Soy Mencho, güey.
Oh, you can see that.
Relaja tu puta gente a la verga. Soy Mencho, güey. Relaja tus putas partidas. Si no te voy a partir tu madre, tienes toda tu bola de perros. Te tengo identificado 30 güeyes. Hasta tus putos perros te voy a matar si no te relajas, güey.
Hey.
¿Cómo ves?
How do you see that?
Ya está, señor. Ahorita los voy. Oh, no cuelgues, hijo de la verga. Te tengo ubicado en Chacala, güey. No le estoy colgando, le estoy diciendo ahorita los voy. Póngase bien las pilas, güey. ¿Qué es que le puedes hacer, amigo, cabrón? ¿Uno no se mete con ustedes para que se pasen de verga? No, señor. Ahorita yo se los doy. Pongan, mire, revíremeles a todos los hijos de su puta madre, porque todos agarran dinero y son buenos de puestos.
Ay, motherfuckers get my.
Sí, lo que me están diciendo. ¿Se me ponen a tiro o tú eres el primero que vas a matar por ellos, León? No, señor. ¿Vale? No, señor, no se trata de eso. Váyase a la verga, porque aquí los vergazos están a 2.20, ya se la sabe. Y miedo no hay. No, señor, no se trata de eso. Ahorita yo lo tengo. Entonces, si quiere amistades, sí va a tener un amigazo, cabrón. Si no, a chingar a su madre a la verga. No, yo sé, señor. Ya estoy hasta la verga de que no entiendan, loco. Señor, usted me conoce, usted sabe que yo soy amistad. Pues por eso me extraña, cabrón. Yo te entiendo, güey, pero pues no mames, yo sé que tienes gente y la familia de chingada. Verga, póngase las putas pilas. Yo lo entiendo. No quiero que me apagues este puto teléfono. Después te voy a marcar, güey. A ver si no se relajaron a la verga, ¿eh? No, ahorita le voy a marcar. A todos en general, güey. Relájenmelos a la verga. Por favor. Ahorita le voy a marcar de otro número a este número que me está marcando. No, este ya no le vuelvas a marcar, yo le marco cuando yo pueda. Ándale, pues. Pero no me lo apague porque lo voy a entender como negatividad. No, señor, ahorita le mando un mensaje de un pronto. Ahora después me lo ven, que se relajen a la verga. Sí, señor, usted me conoce, usted sabe que hay respeto. Y nada más. Ya está, igualmente, de aquí para allá también. Ahí disculpe por las malas palabras. Aquí los muchachos son los que están allá y usted yo se los saludo. Ahora pues, ahí le encargo. Ándale, sí. Ahí relájenmelos a todos, dígale que va de parte mía. Claro que sí. Ya está. Ándale.
Before he was killed, before the fires, before 20 states burned, there was a phone call, 2.5 minutes that captured something no government briefing ever could. A man believed to be Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, the leader of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, the most powerful drug lord walking free in Mexico, picks up the phone and calls a police commander directly, not through an intermediary, not through a coded message. He dials the number himself. And what he says on that line is not a request. The recording, first reported by the Mexican investigative magazine Proceso and dated September 8, 2016, resurfaced within hours of Mencho's death on February 22nd. Insight Crime later published a translated transcript. In it, the caller identifies himself as Mencho and addresses an officer known only by his call sign, Delta One. There is no greeting, no pleasantry. The tone is raw command. Get your people to relax, the voice says. Get your men to lay off, or I am going to screw you and your mother and your whole squad. The threats escalated fast. I have 30 of you identified, the voice continued. I will even kill your...
We just saw the fucking interpretation, so we know what the fuck was said. But that's crazy, right? I mean, who calls a police officer and tells them what the fuck to do, bro? That shit's crazy. And that motherfucker was ready to listen to. He's like, yeah, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, no, sir, type shit. It's crazy, bro. Trump's brutal response after a mental raid triggers Mexico locked up. Damn. See what that's about. Is Trump's the one really involved in this shit?
Lose 45 pounds and become unrecognizable by summer. On Monday, March 2nd, we start the
New alleged threats from the cartel, apparently calling for direct attacks on Border Patrol agents.
I think we're just going to kill people that are bringing drugs into our country.
New alleged threats
That shit is not real.
from the cartel, apparently calling for direct attacks on Border Patrol agents.
I think we're just going to kill people that are bringing drugs into our country.
Closer! I can't see anything!
Beginning the end right here.
Mexico woke up on the 22nd of February 2026 to a headline that sounded like the end of an era. According to public reporting from Reuters and the Associated Press, Mexican forces located Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, known as El Mencho, near Tapalpa in the state of Jalisco, and an attempt to capture him turned into a firefight. Officials said he was wounded while trying to flee and later died during transport. His name carried a $15 million United States reward, and authorities have long blamed his organization, the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, for moving large quantities of fentanyl and other drugs toward the United States. But here's what makes this bigger than one man, because the real message was not only delivered in the hills, it was delivered on the highways. According to Reuters, the hours after the operation brought a coordinated wave of retaliation that included 85 roadblocks, vehicles set on fire, and disruptions that spread fast enough to strain local control. Reuters also reported at least 62 deaths in the backlash, including 25 members of the National Guard and dozens of suspected cartel gunmen. And as the smoke rose from burned vehicles, the country saw a hard truth that governments never want to admit out loud. You can reach a leader in the terrain, but a cartel can still reach the daily life of a nation. Now we go to the case anchor. Names, timestamps, and the sequence that turns surveillance into contact. Mexican officials said the chain began on Friday, February 20. According to public reporting, investigators tracked a trusted associate connected to a romantic partner. Officials said that thread pulled them toward Tapalpa, a wooded area that functions like a natural shield. Tapalpa is not a border city. It is not a port. It is elevation, trees, narrow roads, and limited lines of sight. If a leader chooses terrain like this, it is because he believes the land can slow the state. By early Sunday, officials said the operation tightened. According to the Associated Press, there was a ground cordon and air assets in the mix, including a detail that matters for anyone watching the tactical shape of this: 6 helicopters.
And Mexican drug cartels are targeting Border Patrol agents with kamikaze drones and other explosives amid the border crackdown. An internal memo circulated by the drug cartel.
Past administrations have tried to mitigate this threat, and our objective is to eliminate it. We're not mitigating, we're eliminating, we're getting them out.
That is not a decorative detail. That is a sign of urgency, mobility, and a plan to cut off escape routes before first light can change the geometry of concealment.
Shots were fired from the suspect, and the agent returned fire.
Shooting up at the helicopter and the exchanging gunfire with the agent on the ground.
It was an individual who early this morning was being pursued by a Border Patrol agent. They had believed that this individual was involved in human trafficking from an earlier incident.
Then the confrontation. Officials described it as intense, and public reporting emphasized the kind of firepower that makes a raid feel like a battle. According to the Associated Press and Reuters, authorities later said heavy weapons were present, including rocket launchers, and the clash pushed the suspect and his guards into cover. One of the most vivid phrases in the Associated Press reporting is also one of the simplest: located him hiding in the undergrowth. That line matters because it tells you the final phase was not a clean arrest in a doorway. It was a search, under pressure, in terrain where visibility is measured in feet, not blocks. In the minutes after contact, officials said the suspect attempted to flee. Public reporting described him moving with 2 bodyguards, and authorities said he was hit in the exchange. This is where the timeline becomes both operational and political. Because when a country tries to capture a figure like this, the outcome is not only justice, it is risk management. According to the Associated Press, officials said the suspect and 2 bodyguards were already in critical condition. Then came the phrase that made the story explode beyond Mexico: died en route. A few words, a complete change in the national map. To understand why those words triggered a second wave of events, you have to understand how a cartel reads a moment like this.
In the District of Arizona with 3 charges: assault on a federal officer, alien smuggling, and felon in possession of a firearm.
The suspect was hit and is currently in one of our local hospitals here being treated for his injuries. His condition, I believe, is listed as serious but stable.
A cartel is not a person. It is a system. It is routes, payroll, weapon sourcing, and fear management. When leadership is hit, the system does not immediately collapse. It immediately tests itself. It asks one question in real time: can we still coordinate? Can we still punish cooperation? Can we still impose cost? That is what the retaliation was designed to prove. According to Reuters, the retaliation included 85 roadblocks. That number matters because it signals coordination across multiple points at once. Not one angry crew, not one opportunistic fire. A synchronized pattern aimed at highways, choke points, and visibility.